Extra Time.
Hi, it's Norman Kochannek here for Xtra Time. I'm in Bowral in the southern highlands of Sydney, about an hour and a half south of Sydney. Again, probably one of the most historical places in the world, not just for cricket, but for sport. In particular, Sir Don Bradman, who was obviously one of the most notable cricketers ever in the world. Obviously, Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli are the more contemporary equals of Sir Don Bradman, but it all starts with this man. Even the likes of Victor Trumper, which Sir Don Bradman actually supported, it was an amazing start to cricketing history with Sir Don Bradman. The reality is that this particular building behind me, we are at 52 Shepherd Street in Bowral. Now that may not sound like a very notable address to you, but it is in fact the most significant sporting, iconic, or I'll call it a museum, a piece of natural history that's ever existed. This particular building was built, or was not so much built, but it was actually lived in by Sir Don from the age of 3. In 1911 to 1924, Sir Don Bradman lived here from the ages of 3 to 16. And they were his formative years, the years where he developed who he is today, who he was in his end, a man of incredible stature, an amazing legend. This man was a cricket legend, as we all know. He could play tennis, he could play table tennis, he had musical capabilities, he was incredibly capable in anything he touched. And this particular home has a lot to do with that. The history of 52 Shepherd Street is extremely interesting. You'll notice that the building here has a plaque there for 1911 to 1924, where at the time that he spent here. What is amazing, this building has been brought back to its original condition, including the pink stained glass on the front door, the way that the trees are aligned. The internal workings of the house are as if we are in 1911 today. It is most incredible, worth visiting certainly. Again, a piece of natural history, a piece of sporting history, iconic because, as we will know, Sir Don Bradman was the most significant sports person ever. The best averages, the best statistics by far. The likes of Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, you throw Michael Jordan in the hat, Babe Ruth or a Maradona or a Pele, they all have amazing sporting statistics, legends of their game, but the overall so-called leader, the one that's most pronounced, is Sir Don Bradman. This is where he lives. Now, in this particular building, we have a most monumental significance. Now, back in the day, Sir Don, when he was 3, was photographed in front of this building, and that set the scene. He then would be able to live in this building, and he craved sport, in particular cricket. He wanted to practice it wherever he possibly could, against the back and side fences, along the street, along the pathways. But one particular part of this building that is most significant is an area towards the back right-hand corner, which in fact is over my shoulder, along this porchway and around the corner, is in fact the tank stand. A form of water tank that holds the so-called storm water that would fall in the house through the actual guttering, went into this particular tank. This tank stand was basically an innovative thing for Sir Donald to work with. It had a corrugated iron side to the actual tank, which created unevenness. So if Sir Donald decided to practice his batting, he thought, why not use the particular tank stand, the limited space he had? He was able to then thought of a cricket bat. Well, in fact, he suggested to himself, why not use an actual cricket stump? And cricket stumps back in 1911 were not the size or thickness of today. They were very, very thin. He would get one of those particular stumps. He would then use a golf ball, again very small, and be hitting that golf stump against the tank with a cricket-like shot. Again, imagine a cricket stump, a golf ball, and a corrugated iron. Virtually impossible to hit more than once. Sir Don did it many times, maybe dozens of times, with flawless hitting. Always the uneven bounce, the uneven direction, he would be able to counteract and play the shot. But the history of this building is amazing. The rooms are as they were of the time, the carpentry, the curtains, the bed linen, the knickknacks in the place, the actual history. There's a room full of history there with wisdom collections. Quite incredible. It is an amazing place to visit. Certainly worth noting on your calendar when you come to Bowral. As long as you have time, you should be here. SCG visit, Bowral visit, you go to the likes of 52 Shepherd Street or 20 Glebe Street, the Bradman Museum, Bradman Oval, and the many, many beautiful surrounds of Bowral. Let me take you on that adventure one day on Xtra Time. Don't forget to view, like and share, and ultimately subscribe to Xtra Time, and I'll keep you informed and keep you up to date with what is happening both in the India versus Australia series and the incredible rich history of Australia, of cricket, of Bowral, Bradman's home.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Xtra Time.